Yo, what's going on, boys? Collision Works here. Welcome to our first defensive guide of college football 26. Today, boys, we're going to be breaking down a few formations here in the Texas playbook. If you want to, you can also run Miami's playbook. And if you guys are running regs, you're going to be using the multiple playbook. Now, one thing I want to mention is if you guys decide to use Texas or multiple, you're going to be getting the 5-2. And if you use the Miami Hurricanes playbook, you're going to be losing 5-2, but you're going to get 6-1. So just keep that in mind. For this video, I want to focus on generating pressure early in the year. My coverage, just like everyone else's, is kind of cheeks just because this is a very offensive oriented game. I do believe that over time we'll all get a better sense of it. So obviously I'm going to tell you guys now what I'm running, but I just want you to know that I may kind of just focus on generating pressure in this video with a few coverage tips as well. So let's go and get right into it. Alrighty guys, so to begin, I want to talk about the Mug Blitz Text 3, the right side of rush here. Guys, what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to run this flipped because I want the slot blitzer on the bunch side. This is kind of going to vary depending on what formation you're going against. I like to try to run this slot blitzer opposite of the tight end so the tight end cannot chip him, but this is obviously going to change depending on what you're going up against. This is probably going to be the longest blitz here in the video because depending on how they are going about stopping it, there's multiple setups we can do to counter their protections. So let me go ahead and show you guys the base look here against 5 out, something we can start the game with. We're simply just going to pinch the D-line and sit. Snap the ball, kind of step down for a sec, peel back into coverage, and allow that slot blitzer to get through. Now, that's not the best example of it. Go show this again. Snap the ball, get to the left side, and then, we have that easy pressure. And we're only sending 5. So listen, right here off the bat, there's many ways they could counter this. It's not the best blitz as is, but we're only sending 5. We have a lot of coverage still deep down the field. And it's just a nice little simple one adjustment to generate pressure. Right here, this out route is actually doing a great job chipping it. If they're on any other route, like a flat, if they were to be, let's just say even in a mesh look, this is going to get through cleaner. Maybe. There you go. So listen, if they were to try to full slide, which isn't the correct adjustment, but if they were to full slide here and then unmark you, the user, you're going to get your right side rush coming through. You don't want to full slide against this. This is obviously without blocking anybody. But if they were to half slide against you and mark you as the user, so here's the protection now, when we try and run this, it's going to do pretty good getting picked up. They've made a pretty good adjustment. Obviously, it's still one-on-one, so you're probably going to get good sheds. But what we're going to do in this scenario is we're going to do the same exact thing. And I mean, if you want the 5 on, like the one-on-one, you can do that. But if you still want to scream, we can go ahead and just rush with our pass rusher who's unmarked if they're making that adjustment. Snap the ball and then get through. And we're clean. This isn't going to be something you want to do every time. If they were to have a slant by the tight end or a slant from the bunch, it's going to get open, guys, obviously, because we're taking away that coverage. But mixing this in, if they're still sending out 5, it's going to be pretty damn good. And like I said, I'm kind of giving you guys tiers here of how you want to do it. Hey, maybe you just want to send 5 for majority of the game, and that's completely fine. But if that opportunity comes where they're marking you as not a threat, you need to scream with your user, okay? Now, if they are blocking their tight end, if you guys have made it to the point where they are blocking their tight end and all you're doing is pinching your D-line, you're most likely going to win the ball game because we're one-on-one. They only have 4 receivers going out, and that's great. But if there is a big 3rd down or 4th down, anything like that, what we can do, I kind of like this more without pinching the line if you're really going to send the house, is blitz this linebacker, fellas, and then go ahead and bring this slot corner in, all right? So now they're going to go ahead and block their tight end. They're going to probably half slide left, even though they kind of want to full slide maybe in this situation. They're going to unmark you. Now what we're going to do, and like I said, this is for big, distances. We're going to go ahead and snap the ball, send the house, and user ourselves again. If this is 3rd and 22, 3rd and 15, even 3rd and 12, or big 4th down, we can scream. And we're kind of in a way where, if we want to send this slot guy, we go ahead and put these 2 safeties in quarters, as I've completely botched that right here. So we have some protection over the top. We go ahead and send the house, they try to, you know, block the tight end, or maybe they block the running back instead, try to put the tight end on something, and then they, you know, unblock us, user yourself, and we're just coming through. So, like I said, there's kind of tiers to this blitz. You're not always going to be, you know, sending 7. You're not even always going to be, you know, sending the yourself on the if they unmark you. There's levels to it, and they need to be called appropriately. As for protection, fellas, I will say, sorry, I picked up the wrong controller. I will say that your protection is kind of limited in a sense that you're going to need a switch stick. I think that for most, you know, a good safe play would be to go ahead and quarter these guys. Maybe you can go ahead and, I mean, if you want to, you can shift this guy over and put him in a play here. So you can have him playing that side of the field, and then user with this guy. You know, a lot of the responsibility is going to be on you as the user. So we got to keep that in mind. All right. We're going to have to mix up coverages. You know, I don't like cover 3, but for how good this pressure is easily, you know, it's just something we're going to have to mix in and make sure we're disciplined with how we are playing our defense. You know, if we want that safety to play the seam, we can do that, but we're going to really have to play that flat, okay? So, you know, it's just something we mix in. You know, we're probably not going to be sitting in this. Well, we might sit in it all game. Just depends on how you like to roll your coverages and how you like to play. But listen, if you just want a 4-man, you know, run it like this. This is fine. You know, maybe you kind of want to mug here when you're just sending 4, then peel off. That way we have our coverage. We can kind of mix in that blitz. We don't have to send 5 every time. But like I was saying kind of at the start, coverages are just a little tough right now because everything is fairly bad unless you're playing man. So I like trying to do as much 4 quarters as I can. But, you know, just mix in the slot as a coverage player as well. And I think we're going to do pretty good for the most part with, you know, mixing stuff in like this and then just kind of playing coverage. And just, you know, still relying on our 4-man shed to get home. So hopefully this can complement your guys' defense. And, you know, listen, I'm still learning it myself. I just know that we can generate pressure, and that's really key this early in the year. Alrighty, guys, and before I get ahead of myself, here is the blitz as well against a more spread 3-receiver set like trips tight end. Now, guys, for this, we're going to go ahead and come out with the slot blitzer on the tight end side. Then we're going to do the baseline glitch with our auto flip off and our defensive response disabled. Whoa. With our defensive motion response disabled, so we can go ahead and get that slot blitzer close on the line when we flip it. So we're going to come out here again with the slot corner on the tight end side. Then we're going to flip our defense once we get on the field. That's going to bring this guy in. We pinch our D-line. They snap the ball. We get into coverage, and our slot corner's coming through free. So just keep this in mind. This is going to be, you know, maybe for some slightly more advanced, but that's okay. We still got it. It's just a flip and then a pinch, and then just like we did earlier, okay? So nothing crazy, you know, still generating pressure and some more spread set. It just looks a little different at the start, but once you go ahead, flip it, get that baseline going, we're back in it. And then all of the same stuff is going to apply as well. So no need to break that down again. But 4-5-2, and typically you're going to see pinch as the preferred defense here that, you know, people most commonly use. All they're going to do here is blitz all linebackers. What people will probably tell you to mug is to blitz all linebackers and then spam press. You can do that. You also don't need to do that. So what you can do instead of spam pressing to get these linebackers down like this, instead of doing that, all we need to do, fellas, is blitz all linebackers and then pinch the linebackers and reset them, okay? So I'll go ahead and show you now. We're going to go ahead blitz all, we're going to pinch, and then reset. And then if we do that, the linebackers can step down just like so, okay? And then we still have our user here, which we can put back into coverage, but we can go ahead and get that mug. It's not exactly a mug, but we can get those linebackers closer without pressing our outside corner. So I think that's a much better option to do. Not a lot of people know about that, but you can do that as well, and you're going to go ahead and get that pressure off the edge. Listen, guys, zero blitzes are super common right now. I personally think they're terrible, but I understand why people are doing it. It's hard to generate pressure in this game, and it's one of the reasons why defense is so bad right now. So again, for the pinched linebackers without pressing, we're just going to blitz all linebackers globally, pinch all linebackers globally, and then D-pad and then left trigger to clear the shift. And then that's going to go ahead and bring your guys down. Okay? Go ahead and get back into coverage right there. The tight end makes a good chip, but we still go ahead and get our pressure. So that is 5-2, and that's how you're going to be running it. You don't really need to do any type of crashing. We're just overwhelming them with such a heavy set that we're going to be able to get somebody off the block. Alrighty guys, and that is going to wrap it up for this video. I know it's a rather shorter one. I hope to soon have a coverage guide out for various formations. Just wanted to get this one out first, as I feel like a lot of people are struggling with pressure. So I'll see you guys soon with our coverage video. Thanks for watching, boys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.